Hi friends, in this series we are going to see about object-oriented programming and this is for second year and it comes under third semester. In this video we are going to see about OOPS concepts. So guess what are the things are displaying in this slide? It's like C, Java and Pascal, C++, basics, visual basics and HTML similar is these are programming languages and this is broadly divided into two things. One is procedural and object oriented programming. So Fortran, C, Pascal, basic or procedural language, and object oriented programming is Java, C Sharp, Python, PHP or object oriented programming. So basically procedural is like nothing but step by step process. It comes from top to bottom approach, and for object oriented is vice versa, and it is fully purely based on objects. So in this video we will see the full differentiation between both the programming concepts. First point is definition. So it is procedureless structure programming, and it is based on calling procedures or subfunctions, and it is step by step approach, and it is break down the whole program into break small task, and it is set of variables and via routines will be called. The sequence of instructions are given in this particular programming language. Or in case of object oriented programming, it is purely based on objects, and it consists of data or objects rather than functions and logic. And for regarding security, compared to OOPS, procedural language is less secured, and for object oriented programming we have a data hiding process by using abstractions, so it is more secure than the procedural programming. And for approach, as already I told, it is top down approach, and object oriented is bottom up approach. And for data movement, it will be done freely within the system, and it is from one function to another function. Where in case of OOPS, so objects can move and communicate with each other via member functions. And for orientation, it is structure or procedure oriented, and this one is object oriented. And for access modifications, here we don't have any access modifications in procedural programming. And for OOPS we have public, private and protected and all. And for inheritance, your procedure won't support inheritance concept, and this object oriented programming have feature of inheritance. And for code reusability is nothing but once we create an program that can be used by calling the function or program that particular subprogram, so due to that the number of lines are will be reduced in your program, and easily we can make use of your code. We don't need to change your whole program, just we can reuse your codes whenever or wherever it is required. And use in procedural programming we don't have any code reusability, and by using OOPS we have a feature of code reusability. And for overloading in OOPS we don't have a opportunity, or we don't, it is not possible for using the overloading. But in object oriented programming, overloading and operator overload, function overloading and operator overloading are possible. And for importance, procedure gives importance to functions over data, but in OOPS it gives more importance for data than functions. And for virtual classes, We are in procedural programming, they don't have any virtual classes, and for object oriented programming, there will be an appearance of virtual classes in inheritance. And complex problem, and procedural programming does not support appropriate for does not appropriate for complex problems, but for object oriented programming it is good and it is appropriate for complex problems. And for data hiding, there is no possible way for data hiding, and in where in case of hoops we have data hiding possibilities. And for program divisions, the program is divided into subprograms that are referred to as functions. Or in case of hoops, it is divided into small parts that are referred to as an object. And for procedural language examples like C, Proton, Photon, and Pascal and VB are examples. Where in case of this one, oops, C++, Java, C Sharp are examples, or some of the examples of object oriented programming. In next series we will see the in next video we will see the continuation of it. Thank you.